Hey, what's going on, guys? Whoo, awesome day, huh? Some of you absolutely killed it. It was this week was boring. We talked about in the live room just how it's kind of a tough week. Some of you are kind of treading water and just working your positions. And it was a momentous start to the month, followed by the last 2 weeks were a little bit lackadaisical, and then today was a ton of fun. So I know a lot of you, like I said, had your best days today, record career days, new milestones. So that's exciting to see. And I want to just kind of review what we did. There's some crazy headlines that came out. I mean, I can't even believe I haven't even really read into it. What Carney was supposedly saying about the lira. I mean, we've kind of listened to some of these individuals that we talk about in the live room that do some remote viewing and some work for the Defense Department, and who knows who has inside information and who doesn't. But I mean, if that's the end game, there's no way out of this debt crisis. And so whether it takes 30 years to play out or 15 or 5, um, to inflate away some of these debts and then switch to a new monetary system, or if we have some sort of collapse, I mean, those that kind of rule the world understand this. Obviously, not stupid. They get finance, and this idea of going back to a gold standard is just completely deflationary. That's not the world we live in. We get the sound money thing. That's not what I want to talk about. But the digital world is where it's at, and you have a whole faction of them that want to control everything, and you know, electronic money, push rates to negative, all that stuff, the sinister stuff. I mean, that fits them. One electronic currency, blah blah blah. So there's plenty of stuff there that we talk about, and that should give the crypto community plenty to go back and forth over this weekend. But let's just talk about traditional markets, and then I want to let you guys know about a sale I'm going to do. I'm going to run through the weekend, and I'm doing my best to try to help and get the word out here to everybody about this downturn and the opportunities that are there, but mostly to protect yourselves. So I mean, part of the reason I started this firm is because I saw so many people get banged up and absolutely saw their net worths just implode. And old Wall Street hasn't evolved, and it was the same on the institutional side. So talk about that, and then I redid the site, and so there's some exciting things for next week. But here's what we did. So mostly today was all about bonds, gold, the yen, and we even made some money on the short side of equities, which we've been playing on the long side. So that's kind of been one of our themes is, yeah, you can make the recessionary call, which was not really that important, whether or not it's recession or not. The point is that we've had this growth slowing call from September and October. First, we had the dollar go turn bullish, the dollar when the euro rolled over through 122. Then it was made the long bond call September, October on the lows, and we've been trading that on the long side. So it's this growth slowing, no inflation to disinflation, all the same stuff that worked again today, and will continue to work for the most part. We just have to trade around, and it's not easy though. You got to sit through our pullbacks like we had earlier in the week. With you guys, we did a pretty good job of that. Oh, but you can make that recessionary call, like I said last weekend, being long bonds and gold, but you don't have to necessarily be an equity bear. I mean, we're not making that call yet that equities are in a bear market or you want to be aggressively shorting stocks. But we did today. I mean, we came in long. S&P's got down to 2830. I think you can see that late disaster. I came in long 2930 calls. And then I had some decent downside puts though, 2,900, 2,850 from several weeks ago. I actually got come out of those today. So we talked about earlier in the week that a straddle made sense, and that played out perfectly today. You can have the upside calls in case we took out those highs of the wedge around 2940 and we pushed towards 3000. That was going to be difficult to manage the bond trade because that would have set us up for a deeper pullback. I've talked about that all week, but that didn't play out. We come in this morning to this flush down. And so if you have your puts on the downside as part of that straddle, or actually looking for, basically making a volatility call that one way or the other, we're going to get a move. That's exactly what happened. So we did well there, but then intraday, day trade's a different story, right? You can talk about being core long equities against your bonds and gold, but that's from more overnight positioning and core trades. When it comes to getting down to it in the trenches, day trade, I mean, we go any way that the model's telling us. So we came in this morning. Some of you guys were short the Russell already. We said, okay, you put in this nice wall, any type of bounce, you want to sell into it. And I only sold one lot on the Russell at 1505, but I was trading those. I was trading S&P's 2920 calls a couple times. So the market sold off. We covered the short leg of our put ratio spreads, came back in, resold 2920 calls, and actually bought 2900 puts a couple times too, which is just trading this bounce. So really nice trading there. I mean, we basically sold the high, and then we were timing it up with the 15-minute cycle as usual right there. This is textbook. Failed right at pi. Doesn't surprise us at all. Cyclically. You guys should this today, a great example of why you should get the pi cycle trading course. It's $47. Will make you so much money over your lifetime. Just understanding it. Anyway, I can talk about that later. Here's okay, so that's the Russell. We're obviously at pretty big support. Talk about that Sunday night. Bonds, what we did was, oh man, what a just great day. Treasuries. I mean, I was long calls on 30s. We're long 10s. We're long front end via euro dollar. So everything went up. Nothing really to say other than we traded it pretty well. I mean, earlier in the week had some nice buys. So from here, I'm short some fives against a little bit of short fives, but much more long euro dollars, the front end, and 30s. So from here, we're just going to be a buyer guys into next week, because this cycle, you get a pullback in 30s. I mean, I already was starting to get a little bit aggressive late in the day. That's the front end. So we took a little bit of profit on euro dollars. Bond futures, pretty good dip late in the day. I guess they traded back up to 26, 12 ticks. But it's the daily cycle that we wanted to see whether that was going to kind of dominate this pullback, or we're going to have to sit around on a weekly cycle, and the dailies turn back up nicely. That should be rolling into next week. Just points towards stronger Sunday night and another leg higher. That's the path of least resistance. That's how the cycle's lining up. And it's gonna take a hell of a move. I mean, Trump's gonna be on, his ego is bruised. This is what he likes to do, but there's gonna be some response, obviously. So that's why I keep telling you guys, don't be afraid to put the right positions on the long side of your long bonds and gold, which could be long equities. So I bought calls up here 2,900 late in the day. I covered all of my short legs, so I still have the 2,930 calls and 2,900 calls. That's it. Gold. It's just the same. Just, I mean, what? It's just, we came in this morning. Oh, let me just say what we did do in ultras too. It was the same thing in gold, basically the same chart. So there was a little day trade move, just a matter of following the real money candle here this morning. That's like, the signals aren't showing up. Slow to populate or something. Hmm. I don't know why the arrows aren't showing. But see this real money candle, guys? We came in and bought that pullback. And then it was just no looking back after that. Just there's your real money candle. That's the power. The trend was up. You get the pullback in the range. It's called the gift zone. Boom, gone. It was the same trade in gold we did. So I was buying 1505. Bought calls on that pullback this morning. We were down at 1512. We were buying 1516 strike call spreads, and then just got to take profit on that today. So still core long there. Happy with that. And so just to to edify you guys, I mean, this is trading the euro. This was this week. You guys are, I mean, some of you are just getting started, and these are the kind of results you're having, which is awesome. I only see 2 losing trades in there. Putting up nice profit. And I just care really about the consistency, but those are serious numbers, nothing to scoff at. And then, this trading on the smaller accounts is always harder. The more capital you have, the easier it is to work a position. You guys are sending me messages about how excited you were. I mean, 14% on a small futures account when you're just getting started with futures you guys are going to you're going to just do so well 5-10 years from now. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity in this market. So it's really encouraging to see. Makes my week. And then some of you are putting up big numbers too. All the same stuff we like. Euro dollars, Russell, long bonds, 5, VIX. Big numbers. I love these comma days. Love the comma days. All right, so you guys can do this. We'll help you. I'm going to come out with some programs later in the week that I think you're really going to like. And we've done some Forex courses. We've done futures. I've done options training. We've done the coaching. Some of you guys have bought the model. Some of you haven't done the coaching. But I'm always trying to improve the program and see what can take individual experienced trader wherever you're at and just go to the next level. And I think some of that is, some of you got accounts in Forex. Some of you have different accounts in options, and we're all kind of doing this. Some of you are operating out of the retail side. And what I'm going to do is put together a program. I'm going to call it my inner circle, and it's going to be this next step up from the coaching. And it's going to be a bigger price. I always talk about, I invested in $12,000 to learn Forex from a really good trader, and it was just kind of a weekend thing, though. I didn't have direct access to them, but I learned so many concepts that we made millions in the fixed income market from that, and Forex, and just so many directional things I learned from that process. So, I knew it at the time that you just have to have the confidence that over a lifetime of trading and investing, if this is what you do you think you can make more than 12 grand from the information you learn? And the answer is absolutely yes. It's just a matter of, do you want to get the guidance so you don't have to sit through all the learning process and the lost money along the way? But in doing so, having the right structure as far as like stop losses and targets and your max loss per day, per trade, per week, I think that's something that's missing from you guys. And I want to automate it into some of the trading, but I also want to get you guys capital. So I've been talking to firms and looking at firms in Chicago. And so what I think I'm going to do is partner up with some futures and forex prop shops, and I'm going to build into the program where I really coach and work with you one-on-one. And we'll have some inner circle meetings probably once a year. I got some ideas about where in the Caribbean, and I'm going to track your progress and really help you get there. And so the more we can track, the more results we can see, then we're going to get you guys access to more capital. And we'll do that in the futures and forex side. So I'm excited about that. I mean, look at these. You guys are doing great as is, but it's awesome to see, especially on a day when probably most of the street and Wall Street got absolutely crushed. So it's really a cool thing. Everybody should be proud. And now, as far as what I was talking about, this is what I've been working on. And this is the vision I finally kind of put together, all the crazy ideas, and as, kind of goofy as I am in the head, messed up as is. This is how I see it now. So we're getting back. I'm going to be more involved in the institutional side. Jenkins Risk Management, that's kind of what we built the last couple of years. So between all the analysis and education and the timing services, that's going to change a little bit, but that's still something I always wanted to help anybody that has the same dream vision. But the idea here, guys, is we just want to be a one-stop shop. So you either are busy, you don't have an interest or can't day trade, you don't want to learn to do it, you don't want to be a pro, you don't want to be, that's not your dream, that's fine. But you have a portfolio, you want to know whether you should be in stocks or not. I want to have a preferred portfolio service. You're going to have the real-time alerts to keep those investors on like the right side of these calls that we've been making. And again, I think old Wall Street doesn't do a very good job of that. Plus the cyclical edges that we have. So that's going to be called Cycle Edge. There's Cycle Edge Pro. These memberships links, I got to finish it up this weekend. See if this works. So preferred portfolio is going to handle the passive investors, like I just talked about. Cycle Edge Pro is kind of what you guys are been know as Independent Trader Pro membership. That's the flagship. So it's the real-time alerts, the live room analysis, all right? And then we're going to revamp a crypto room. And then I'll have my institutional stuff that has full coverage. But that's obviously available for institutions. And then there's the other cool thing. So the prop trading I just talked about, and then managed accounts will be coming soon. This is a little longer term projects. But there's people that just want to invest. And so I have some things I have to get registered for that. But once we start handling upwards of more than like 25 million, that's the big long-term thing I've always wanted to do, and we're pretty good at that. So that's what that is. I'll have more on some of the prop stuff, hopefully for you guys Monday, Tuesday. And then there's the institutional edge. Oh, so this is what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to have a link. I'm going to send out some emails. This is, I'm going out with this over the weekend. I want to just give everybody access to the model and just get everybody where that, just to get on the right side of the model and the process and how we think and the cycles, so that you guys can take advantage of these moves. If we have this bigger cycle downturn, there's so much opportunity. And that said, same thing. I want to give you guys access to the coaching. So I put together the sale, all the products, all the trading courses, only $14.97. I've always discounted that to begin with, but I mean, doesn't get any better or cheaper than that. I can't even get like a basic trading course for anything that has any type of value, let alone the institutional experience and stuff that we put into that. And then this is the coaching program, guys. So this doesn't include the inner circle that I'll have more information on next week. But if you guys sign up for the coaching, I'll give you the benefits and the newer pricing for what it's going to cost for the inner circle. So don't worry if you take advantage of this price, the coaching, and you want to do the inner circle, whatever the difference is, I'll make sure you're not like you're buying both twice. You're not investing, So whatever the difference is, I'll make sure you guys. But I'm only going to work on that inner circle stuff. This can't be like 10 people and a new person every other week coming in. So it's going to be exclusive. I might not even have it just open to everyone. I might have to kind of do like an interview process type of thing just to see how serious you are, whether or not you can even communicate with me. Just like if you're going to show up and you want to trade for a firm, like at a prop firm, all those serious shops usually have to show up, interview at the office, same thing. So now there's a lot more remote stuff we can do because the technology is a little bit better on the risk side, and I can conference in and we can do the videos and real-time streaming, and I have a live room, so I'm pretty good at teaching you guys. I've taught several people institutionally make six figures now that never even knew the bond business. They're out on their own. All the forex traders and options traders and all the results like we've shown you guys, we're good at training and teaching, so it only makes sense to have the capital behind you guys also. So anyway, that's there. Have a great weekend. Awesome job again this week, and you guys go enjoy, but stay out of trouble.